And I'm Dane Carter. We begin tonight with a controversial new purchase by the City of Buffalo Police Department. The department purchased a long-range acoustical device, also known as an LRAD. The device produces a continuous high-decibel sound that is higher than most official safety standards. So, this sound can easily cause permanent damage to those who hear it. Daniel Dorenda, the Buffalo Police Commissioner, explained how the sound is intolerable and irritating enough that people reflexively move to get away from the sound. The device's total cost is about $30,000. The first of these devices was used to control a protest in Pittsburgh in 2009, and since then, cities all over the United States have purchased the devices. Dorenda explained that the device is only to be used in worst-case scenarios, and the purchase of the device is because he, quote, doesn't feel tasers are right for our police department, end quote. However, this decision has not been met with complete acceptance. Due to the current societal climate across the nation, Navy locals many officials oppose this device.
Dane, thank you. A Fredonia resident, Dale Fawn, is being acknowledged by the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's oldest regular blood donor at the ripe age of 91. It has been estimated that the first time Mr. Fawn had donated blood was in the 1950s. He stated he has never had any intention of setting a world record, but over the past 42 years, he has donated at a rate of 96%, barely missing appointments. In the year 2005, Dale has reached the 23-gallon mark. Mr. Fawn's donations have not been in vain, as it is estimated that he has donated enough blood to save almost 800 lives.
Fredonia professor Dr. Junaid Zabari is in the national spotlight after having received a U.S. patent for flight tracking technology. This new technology he is developing is a real-time flight data recorder. Some may ask, what is the benefit of this to the traditional black box flight recorder? This technology sends real-time flight information back to ground-level sensors, according to fredonia.edu. This would eliminate the costly search for the black box recorder in the event of an airplane accident. Dr. Zabari worked with the assistance of undergraduate students in developing this new breakthrough. For further information, visit fredonia.edu/news.
Kayla Cunningham was at Food Truck Thursday last week and tells about this trend sweeping the nation and parking on the Fredonia campus.
And now Lucas Buchko joins us with your up-to-date weather forecast. Lucas, It feels like a furnace out there today.
It sure does, Dane, and we may be getting a short break from the warm weather soon. This past week has been hot, 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 but that all changes tomorrow when the high for the day is 62 degrees, which is a significant 20-degree drop from the weather from the sweaty days we've been having. It looks like fall is finally on its way. The temperature through Sunday will be in the low 60s. At the beginning of next week, we'll have highs in the low 70s. We can also expect some rain on both Friday and Tuesday. Friday night, the rain will be coming in around 7 p.m. All in all, the weather looks like it's about to cool down, but don't put away your sunscreen yet. We're still going to have lots of sun.
All right, quick break.
Dane, that's you.
Thank
Disney has announced the launch of their new and improved retail stores. The company says, quote, Disney stores around the world will also be incorporating more products for guests of all ages beyond their traditionally child-centric assortment, end quote. They will partner with various companies to create products beyond toys and stuffed animals. The cookware company, Le Creuset, has helped with the creation of a Darth Vader toaster, a Captain America popcorn maker, a Lightning McQueen slow cooker, and many more products just like these. The stores will also showcase a live broadcast of the famous parades that take place at Disney parks and a digital fireworks display each night before the store closes.
The U.S. military is planning to deploy the USNS Comfort hospital ship to assist with FEMA's response efforts in Puerto Rico a week after Hurricane Maria smashed the island as a Category 4 storm, several defense officials tell CNN. Puerto Rican officials asked for additional medical assistance from the ship after initially indicating that they wanted to focus on getting power restored to damaged hospitals on the shore. According to CNN, while the Comfort is on the way, FEMA Administrator Brock Long says it may not deploy for another week, within 5 to 9 days as additional forces are activated to help man the ship along with its current crew of about 18 civilian mariners. The crew is expected to grow to as many as 60, and the medical crew could increase from the approximate 65 now on the ship to as many as 1,200, according to officials. Hillary Clinton urged the Defense Department to send a Navy medical ship, while Democratic House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi called for Republicans to join with Democrats to pass a robust relief package. The U.S. Air Force is also sending additional aircraft to Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands to ramp up the volume of daily relief missions.
Moving on to a story out of Texas where 50-year-old elephant Juno underwent her second successful electrochemotherapy treatment. She was diagnosed with a malignant mass in her right mammary gland. This past January, electrochemotherapy allows for multiple treatments, unlike invasive surgery. Dr. Joseph Impellerisi of Veterinary Oncology Services says, quote, "This type of treatment on large exotic animals isn't getting done anywhere else, not even Europe. It's incredible," end quote. The treatment was performed by Impellerisi along with 2 veterinarians from the El Paso Zoo. The zoo's staff, Juno, was put under anesthesia for an hour and a half for the treatment, but is now alert and walking, according to the zoo. This is only the second recorded case of a cancerous mass in an elephant.
We're going to take a quick break, but we will be back in 3 or so minutes. Thanks.
WNYF.
Aaron Summer joins us now for your Sports Desk Roundup. Take it away, Aaron.
Dane, it's been a busy week in sports. Fredonia fell to nationally ranked John Carroll 2-0 in the non-conference men's soccer game last night. The Blue Streaks scored both their goals in the second half. The first by Hayden Parente in the 50th minute and an insurance tally by Chad Kanakanak in the 87th minute. Liam McIntosh made 3 saves to pick up the shutout for John Carroll, which is ranked number 6 in both the United States soccer polls and Division III soccer polls. Head coach PJ Gonjek said, quote, "They are ranked number 6 and they are all that they're cracked out to be." He also stated, "We started great and had some early chances, but we have to look at our conference game looming Saturday and had to change our substitution pattern. We had 6 freshmen out at one point, but that's good for their experience," end quote. Goalie Ty Betham made 12 saves in the Fredonia net, and he had Suniac leading 44 saves prior to Tuesday. In addition, senior forward Ryan Ross entered the game ranked 7th nationally with 6 assists. He leads the Suniacs in that category. Next up for the Blue Devils is a trip to face Buffalo State on Saturday. Game time is 1 p.m. Moving on to the national stage, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James are reunited in Cleveland. According to ESPN, Wade has agreed to sign a deal to play alongside former teammate LeBron James for $2.3 million. The deal was finalized today on Wednesday. He will be leaving his hometown team in Chicago. The two joined the NBA together back in 2003, as the first pick, LeBron James, and the fifth pick, Dwayne Wade. Following this, in 2010, the two teamed up in Miami and went on to win 2 championships in 4 attempts, from 2011 to 2014. LeBron won his first ring and Finals MVP with Dwayne Wade. Wade played 13 seasons in Miami and 1 in Chicago. He has 1 MVP and 3 championships. He quotes, "A pure basketball decision, and I'll make the one that I feel fits me best at this point in my career. And with what I feel I have to offer a team that needs what I have to offer," end quote, stated Wade. In addition, Bulls Vice President of Basketball Operations, John Paxson, stated, quote, "I want to say Dwayne was very professional entirely throughout his time here. Dwayne Wade is leaving on good terms with Chicago." And that is all for me this week.
Never a dull moment. Thank you, Aaron.
We'll return after these words.
Don't worry, everyone. We're about to have a break from the sweltering heat wave Fredonians have been enduring. Through the rest of this week, we will have highs in the low 60s with a solid chance of rain on Friday night, which will drop the humidity that we've been experiencing. On Monday, the weather will climb up to the low 70s again for a few days, with another chance of rain on Tuesday. Winter is not coming quite yet, as fall still stands in its way, but Jack Frost is definitely getting ready to visit soon. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. On Wednesday, today we had a high of 81 and a low of 51 degrees. On Thursday, we have a high of 64 degrees and a low of 48. On Friday and Saturday, we can expect thunderstorms with a high in the low 60s. And on Sunday, we're expecting sunny weather with a high of 65.
You never know what you're going to get in Western New York, huh, Lucas? Thanks.
Tensions continue to rise between the United States and North Korea as Kim Jong-un has responded to President Trump's speech to the United Nations last week. Insults have been exchanged multiple times between these leaders, but now this issue comes as a high risk. This after President Trump tweeted that the North Korean regime and Kim Jong-un, quote, won't be around much longer, end quote. North Korea's foreign minister, what's his name? I found it. Ri Yong-ho has responded to this tweet stating, quote, the whole world should clearly remember it was the U.S. who first declared war on our country, end quote. Ri then stated, quote, since the United States declared war on our country, we will have every right to make countermeasures, including the right to shoot down United States strategic bombers, even when they are not inside the airspace border of our country, end quote. At a White House press briefing, Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders stated, quote, we have not declared war on North Korea, and frankly, the suggestion of that is absurd, end quote.
We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back in a minute. Saudi Arabia has ended its long-existing policy which prohibits women from driving. The nation's leader, King Salman, was praised for lifting the ban. Up until this point, Saudi Arabia was the only country in the world to ban women from operating auto vehicles. The road to reform has been a multi-decade process. Female Saudi activists organized major collective protests dating back to 1990, and more recently in 2011 and 2013. Saudi Arabia has a lot more to work towards in the name of social justice. women are still forced to adhere to strict dress codes and extreme gender segregation. However, let us not ignore that this recent change in policy is a great step forward for the country. And we are going to take one quick look at the weather outlook. Again, there it is. That type of weather. That's it.
Okay. Fred Before Bed airs at 10 p.m. tonight. On behalf of all of us here at Channel 8 Update, have a good night.